One of the questions that our clients consider when they're looking for an attorney is whether or not they need a local attorney or whether or not they can use an attorney that advertises from outside the area. I can't stress enough that no matter what attorney you choose an excellent local attorney. Here's why. We had a case where our clients were involved in a serious automobile accident. It was not clear that they would survive. Their injuries were as dramatic as it gets, and they were hospitalized in the intensive care unit. It was very important that we got to work on this case right away. My office became aware of the case the very day after it happened. This accident occurred in a summer evening, and by the next morning, we were already working on it. Because we're local attorneys, we knew the medical team that was treating our clients. We were able to communicate directly with the medical team. And this was a complicated accident sequence involving several vehicles in an area where the freeway transitions to a highway. Because we're local, we actually knew some of the other parties involved in this accident. We could begin working right away to preserve evidence. Because we're local attorneys, we knew the law enforcement that was involved. And when we discovered evidence, when we found evidence that had been missed on the roadway, we were able to contact law enforcement and let them know about that evidence. In fact, we had our experts on the road documenting the scene, collecting evidence, and determining just what happened in this accident within 48 hours of the actual accident occurring. The evidence that we found became key evidence in this case. When our experts brought it here and we secured it on our evidence locker, law enforcement actually came to our office to photo document the evidence that we'd found on this complicated roadway scene. Because we're local attorneys, we had access to tow yards, towing companies, and other businesses that were involved in the recovery of the vehicles from this accident scene that an out-of-town attorney wouldn't have access to. We had our team documenting, measuring, photographing, and videoing all the vehicles involved in this accident within days of the accident occurring. Evidence has a way of disappearing over time. It's not always because somebody's up to no good, but it's because vehicles move off from tow yards to junk yards, and you've got to get this evidence secured and secured right away. Having a local attorney involved in your case and involved in your case quickly is key to the proper handling of your matter. So it's really urgent that you contact the attorney right away. Contact our office right away. As soon as you're in a safe place, as soon as you're secure from the accident scene and your immediate medical needs have been met, give us a call. That allows us to get to work. So in this case that I've been talking to you about, I personally was on the roadway. This accident occurred in the evening. The next day we became aware of it. We got our expert team moving, and I was on the roadway the very next morning, less than 2 days after that accident. I was walking the scene, and the reason that this is so important is there are thousands of vehicle trips per day through this accident scene. Debris is getting moved, tire marks on the roadway are getting scrubbed away, but we had high-tech drones with the best resolution flying the roadway. We had our accident reconstructionist out on the roadway, measuring all the physical evidence, documenting the evidence. Some of these vehicles didn't stay on the roadway. We were measuring in gullies and berms and dirt, all the contact marks for these vehicles. And we were out there before the wind, the rain, or the weather had moved any of this evidence. We were able to collect it all. Because we were able to collect it all, we were able to say exactly what happened in this case. Initially, it wasn't clear which vehicles moved in which direction, but we knew the physical evidence would tell the story. We got out there, we got after it, and we collected all that physical evidence, and we were even able to help law enforcement get the evidence they needed to make a conclusion about how all these vehicles moved on the roadway during this really dramatic accident. I'm happy to report my clients have made an amazing recovery. They're remarkable people, and they're back with their family today. But because it's so important that we get to work right away, that you get a team of local experts helping you on your case, give us a call. Our consultations are free. It doesn't cost you anything to sit down with us. We'll even come to you if necessary. Thanks for your consideration.